Hello, and welcome to part 2 of the Dark and Stormy Night GarageBand tutorial. Last time, we took our sound clip of Dark and Stormy Night and we cut it into sections. We added in some different sound effects, as well as learned how to record our voice. Today we're going to look at two features, that is recording of musical instruments and volume adjustment. So, click on our classic electric piano track that we grabbed at the beginning and click Command K, and that will bring up your musical typing window. On your document, you will see at the bottom that we have two types of fear. There's high-pitched fear, two notes quickly, a half step apart, with a crescendo, meaning to get louder. And then we have fear low pitch, four notes, black and white keys, slow, moving from right to left on the keyboard. So if I want to start with fear high pitch, I'm going to bring my octave up. I can do that by going here, or by using the plus and minus buttons here. And I'm going to use half step apart would be from one key to the next key, so either this white key to the following black key, or in this case, this white key to this white key, whichever key comes next. So that would be B to C, or C to C sharp. We'll use the two white keys for now, J and K. So it said that the high-pitched fear should be fast. Fast, half step apart. Wonderful. So I'm going to place my recording where I think I want that. Let's try here, and then we will be able to record else. We can drag our recording over. So I hit record.
Bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door.
Well, look at that. We hit it right on tiptoe. Let's see how that sounded.
It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly,
Okay, our second recording, Command K, brings back our keyboard, is our fear low. So we'll bring our octave back down to around here. And then it says four notes descending using black and white keys. And I'm going to have to test out a few different sounds to get exactly what I want. Not bad. Oh, that wasn't descending. I like that one. So G, T, F, D. And I'm going to record that nice and slow.
To the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
Okay, both of these sounds are currently on the classic electric piano. That's not really a horror sound to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that library that we had open at the beginning. And I'm actually going to take a look at some of the sound options I have. So right now I've basically got this, electric piano going. And I'm going to check the orchestral section and maybe see pipe organ, cathedral organ. Let's try that for this. And see how that sounds.
Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around.
Nice. What if we apply it here?
Down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
That's pretty good. I'm not convinced that that's the best sound for the first fear high pitch, so I'm actually going to go to strings and see if I can get a string ensemble and see if that sounds any different.
Hall and slowly opened the door.
Much better.
I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
Okay, so it sounded good here, but then it changed it over for this track. And I really wanted this track to go ahead and be the organ.
The curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind.
Yeah, I really like that sound.
Down the hall and slowly opened the door.
So, I'm actually going to add a new track because I really like the two different sounds. So I'm just going to go in and then new track with duplicate settings. So here we have our organ, and we'll drag that down, and then here we're going to just copy and paste. I'm going to take that, just this one, copy, paste, there we go, and then delete this. So now I can change this first one back over to the strings. String ensemble, full organ. Let's see if it did what I wanted it to do.
It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
That sounded really great. I just want to highlight a couple of things. If you noticed, when you were listening to these tracks, you might have seen this piano roll going across your screen. Now, I got this pretty much in rhythm, but if I wanted to make it even more set to rhythm, I could quantize my note timing to, we'll say, the next 64th. And then it'll go through and actually kind of like auto rhythm for me. So let's hear that.
Hall and slowly opened the door.
Awesome. If I click here, I can actually see where the notes line up on my piano, or if I click score, it will show me what those pitches are in the bass clef here. So that's pretty fun. If I wanted to change a pitch, if I had played a wrong pitch, I could take this G and bring it up to G sharp. But I like how it sounded, so I'm just going to leave it there. Alright, so let's get rid of a couple of these little things. The scissors gets rid of our piano. And so now we're back to our main screen. Let's listen to our whole track and our final product. So
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle, and I heard a groan. It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
that is pretty awesome. So there's just a couple of things. Before you go to submit your final project, I really want to make sure that I'm not seeing my volume going up and down during the performance based on the speakers. So what you're going to do is you're going to find this blue button here, and then you're going to click this button and turn it yellow. And then set yourself to volume on these different tracks that you have over here at the side. Now, something I noticed is that my rain tends to overpower my voice. So I'm going to start there on my hard rain track. And then I click directly in the center of it. And then where I want my sound to adjust, so probably it was a dark and stormy night, so probably around here, I want it to slightly fade down. So that's my point, and then I'm going to put another point in between these two tracks, and then you can drag the position of the point to get a fade out. We'll keep it probably about here. So now my rain will have faded down. Let's hear if that sounds okay.
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle when I heard a groan. It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
Okay, so our rain is now balanced. A couple of different things is I think I want to edit this line of sound effects that I see down here. So each of these sound effects is a totally different sound effect in this case, unlike the rain where we had just two different types of rain. So I think that our power sound was okay. I want to create a slight fade down before the Brontosaurus so that it can crescendo. So if I bring my point up here, it's going to crescendo throughout that whale. Now I'm going to want to bring my volume down for the barn door close just a little bit. Let's see how that line works.
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle when I heard a groan. It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
All right, so now I'm going to go into my vocal line, and I want my breathing to crescendo. So I'm going to put a dot at the beginning of my breathing and a dot at the end of my breathing, and bring my breathing up to max. And then I think it will add more of an effect if we bring the scream to a complete decrescendo. So let's maybe try this. I don't want it to get too quiet too fast, so that's why I'm not pulling it all the way down there. Let's try that. What is this? This is our candle lighting. I think it'll be okay where it is. We might need to bring it just a hair lower. Yeah, we'll try that.
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle when I heard a groan.
Much better.
It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
I think our fade was just a little bit too much here, so I'm just going to bring it there. Let's just double check that part.
Curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
Much better. Okay, so now I needed to make sure that all of my sounds are really doing exactly what they need to be doing. So here, the fear high pitch needs to crescendo. So that's kind of our tiptoeing line in accompaniment to the footsteps down here. Let's bring these footsteps all the way up, because you can't really hear those. And then this line, our tiptoe line, we want to start it. We want to start it kind of low. And then we're going to have it crescendo pretty rapidly. Here with this line with our pipe organ, I think we're going to want to start it low and crescendo again. But maybe not quite as low. About halfway and then crescendo up. So this should be all of the volume of our sound effects. Let's make sure that that matches what we're hoping to hear.
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle when I heard a groan. It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
That was really awesome. If we had to edit the vocals, the only thing that I might change is to bring the top up just a little bit. So I'm going to take this and start the vocal slightly louder because our rain is louder. So let's hear that final product. Let's see if that really works for us.
It was a dark and stormy night, and the power had just gone out. I tried to find my way into the kitchen to light a candle when I heard a groan. It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and
So now that I've turned up those footsteps, I actually want to cut them so that we can have the footsteps stop when our speaker has stopped. So I'm just going to go up to Edit and Split, and then I'm going to delete right there. We'll double check that section, and then I think we're fine.
It sounded like it came from the bathroom, so I tiptoed down the hall and slowly opened the door. I walked to the shower and pulled back the curtain. Suddenly, I hear breathing behind me, and I quickly turn around to face.
Okay, so to recap, we used Command K to bring up musical typing, and then recorded ourselves using the musical typing. We could either type or use the keys that are associated with each key of the keyboard, remembering that you can change octave 2 different ways with the plus or minus keys or up here, remembering that record is the red button here. We were able to edit, undo. If I double clicked without that volume, it'll show me my piano roll where I can see the score. And I can also customize my timing to make sure that it's timed out exactly as I want it. And we were able to go into this button here to take a look at the different volume, and we just clicked in the track and brought the volume where we thought it would be nice and balanced. So this is a completed project. Let's just go through our list and make sure we have everything. Stormy, that was rain. Power, that was this warp drive. Light, that was this sound here. Groan was our brontosaurus whale. Tiptoe is a combination of footsteps as well as the fear high-pitched. We have the sound of the door. And we had the sound of the shower opening, which also kind of coincided with our fear low pitch. We had breathing and a scream at the end. Okay, if we look to the side, we've used fade in, fade out techniques. One instance of fear high and one instance of fear low. We've recorded one sound effect. We recorded the breathing and the screaming, and then 4 other loop type sound effects. So, loop. Sorry, that was a piece of paper that I wrote. Loop, 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 loop. So we have met all of the criteria of this project, as long as we fill in our paper, writing down the sound effects that we used and where the seconds were for our cutting. Okay? If you were just to turn in a project without your process work, then it would probably be a 3 meets standards, because I'm very happy that you've done this part of the project. But to really make sure that I can see that you did this exactly with the steps that I've asked you to do it, this is really going above and beyond and really getting very precise and mathematical about which second specifically needed the sound, which is exactly what film scorers do when they have a film in front of them. Okay, I hope you enjoy your GarageBand projects. Thank you!